The Nebraska Cornhuskers just proved they are ready to run the Big Ten this year. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. Together with my buddy Aaron, we are the Big Ten guys. Tune in every day for news, insights, analysis. If you're a fan of Big Ten football, this is the channel for you. We're finally about to get some game action, so don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, get alerts on too, because we got a lot more Nebraska and Big Ten content coming this year. You don't want to miss out. So before I get going into our discussion today, I just wanted to ask you, Nebraska fans, hit me up in the comments. Aaron and I have discussed doing a live stream for this first upcoming game against Cincinnati. We are that hyped for Big Ten football that we want to live stream it, but we don't want to live stream it to nobody. So let us know, would you be interested in watching us live stream the game? Obviously, for sponsorship reasons, we can't air the game on YouTube. It would get taken down, but we would be watching it with you guys, reacting with you, having a good time. So let us know if you'd be interested in that. If we get enough people who want to do it, we will be doing that live stream. It sounds like a lot of fun. But either way, hype for that game. Let's dive into Nebraska football. So Dana Holgorsen was asked about Dylan Raiola's growth, and he is just raving about the guy. And I'm going to tell you why Nebraska is going to run the Big Ten because of Raiola this year in just a second. But let's dive into what he said. Said he's making throws he's never seen before. Talked a lot about he's communicating better. He's more confident. He's making the smart plays, and he's making the special plays too. Sounds like, I saw a different article that was saying Raiola is in the best shape of his life. Sounds like he's going to be a little more mobile this year, adding just another threat to, an already super impressive set of skills that he has. And I think Raiola is in for a monster year. And, some people are starting to worry a little bit, if Raiola's been so good and this offense has looked so good, is the defense maybe just not as good? But I think it's just this offense is special. Dylan Raiola was as highly recruited for a reason. Dana Holgorsen is one of the best offensive minds in all of college football. And just the offensive line is so good. The running backs are good. The wide receivers are going to be good this year. There are just so many special things in this Nebraska offense. And, I don't think the defense, I'm not sitting here telling you they're going to be every bit as good as Penn State and Michigan on defense, but I think this is a solid defense, and with this elite offense, they are going to make some noise in the Big Ten. And we've discussed this in another video, but I'm just going to remind you of it. Nebraska's got I don't want to say an easy schedule, but in terms of the quarterbacks and offenses they're going to play, it works out pretty favorably. Obviously, the one brutal game on their schedule is going to be at Penn State. Drew Aller is probably, a lot of people talking about him being in line for a big year. But other than that, on a list of the top 10 Big Ten quarterbacks put out by Andy Staples, who's a big-time analyst, the only four on Nebraska's schedule are Aller, Nico, Bryce Underwood, and then Mark Gronowski from Iowa. And, you just look at those guys, and, Nebraska is going to get Michigan early in the season, while, Bryce Underwood is crazy talented, just like Raiola, but he's also a true freshman, so getting them that early in the year and at home is big time. Even if this defense isn't elite, if they can hold Michigan to around 20 points, this offense is good enough. They're putting 20 plus up on everybody. And then looking through the rest of it, Nico is a very good quarterback, but I don't think UCLA is very good. And then obviously Iowa is I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. They're a solid team, but it's still Iowa's offense. While I think they'll be more competent this year, they're never going to be an offense that's hitting you up for 40 plus points. Plus, Nebraska, you get them at home. I like Nebraska to win that game, but there's going to be some shootouts this year. And not, like I said, not because I think Nebraska's defense is that bad, but some part of me worries they're going to be on the field a lot because this offense is going to score so quickly and so efficiently. But we'll see. Nebraska fans, let me know what you're expecting this year. Who's your favorite guy in the Nebraska offense that you think is due for a monster year besides Raiola, obviously? We all know Raiola's due for a monster year. And let me know your thoughts on the defense. Are you a little worried about how much the offense has been ripping them apart? Or do you think this offense is just truly special? And, I think the thing with the defense, too, is there's a lot of new pieces. They hit the portal hard. Sometimes it takes a little longer for defenses to mesh a little bit, but I think they're going to be okay. I think as the season rolls on, you're going to see a competent unit, and it's helpful that early season schedule, you're not exactly playing, the Joe Burrow LSU offense here. Like, they're going to roll to 3-0. Cincinnati's no slouch, but I think Nebraska's a 6.5-point favorite, and honestly, I like them to cover it. They have like an entirely new secondary, and Raiola is going to pick them apart. Like, it wouldn't surprise me to see Cincinnati put up 24 to 28 points, but I really think Nebraska might drop a 40 or 50 piece on them. I think the offense is that good, and Cincinnati's still trying to figure things out on defense too, so I'm not worried at all about that game. Obviously, first big game on the schedule is going to be Michigan, but as I said, freshman QB, and they got a lot of new pieces on defense too. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Nebraska pull out like a 28-24, 24-17 kind of win over Michigan. But on really that Michigan game and the Penn State and Iowa, maybe USC, like that's what this season's going to come down to. And at Minnesota. I always sleep on Minnesota, but that's always a tough game. But like, I think Nebraska fans, you got to get excited because you're going to have the best quarterback in every game. I think even over Penn State. Like, I think Aller is good, but I don't think he's as good as Raiola is. And when you have the best quarterback going into every game, it doesn't hurt, You don't mind having that. And even if the defense is only average, I think this special teams is going to be really good too. We've done videos on Nebraska special teams, and I think they're going to win 2 of the 3 phases pretty much every game. And if the defense can just hold up and be solid, like, this is a team that's going to compete for the playoffs. Truly, I could see this Michigan game being pretty much a playoff game. Like, I don't see more than one loss anywhere else on this schedule. Maybe at Minnesota, but like, if they beat Michigan, they're probably going at least 10-2, maybe 11-1, and that's a playoff. Like, that, you're going to the playoffs with that record. If you lose to Michigan, maybe you risk going 9-3. But even if you lose to Michigan, I really think you could run the table except for Penn State. And yeah, who knows? When you got the better quarterback, maybe you knock Penn State off, win out the rest of the year. Nebraska is good enough to do that. I'm super hyped for the year. Remember, don't forget, drop us a comment. Let us know if you are interested in the live stream with us. And then just don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out. Got a ton more content coming. The season is finally upon us. Let's all watch it together. We'll catch you next time.